What's up, dudes? Welcome back. Duties Daggers, that's what you're watching. And we have an unboxing today. In this package is the number one most iconic knife in existence. And I am not exaggerating, I swear. Let's check it out. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go down there, look, make sure you're subscribed. And follow me on Instagram too, Duties Daggers. So, let's do it. This is a knife that people have been telling me to buy for a long, long time. And I finally did. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, it comes in a Ziploc baggie. Not even a box or anything. And you can see right there. Opinel. Yes, that's right, folks. I finally bought myself the coveted, highly regarded Opinel. Never actually even opened one up before. Let me let the dog out here. So, this is maybe the most recognizable knife. I think for the lay person, when they think of the word pocket knife or folding knife, a lot of people probably would picture a Buck 110. Maybe they would picture, their grandpa's kind of smaller slip joint knife. And a lot of people would probably picture something like this. How do we do this here? Okay. So there's a lot of different sizes of Opinels. And I went for one that was one size down from like kind of the most common size. There we go. All right. There she is. The Opinel number 7, I believe it is. Yep, number 7 says right there. So this is iconic. This is a very simple knife. You can see we have a wooden handle. And the locking mechanism is pretty interesting. We have a nail nick here. Let's pull the blade out. All right, there it is. Wow, very, very thin, slicey blade. And how you lock it is you rotate this collar over. And that locks the blade in position. Very simple. Pretty freaking strong lock, too. I mean, well, I guess the wood would probably break if enough force was put on that. But there you have it. Wow. Look how thin that blade stock is. We are going to do a cut test video with this knife. I am very curious to see how it does. I mean, I know it's going to be extremely slicey. This is even thinner than like my TRMs or my Delica. This is probably the thinnest blade stock in my entire collection. Very thin behind the edge, and I believe we have. It looks. Is that a Scandi grind? I'm not really seeing an edge bevel. You can kind of see one up towards the tip. But not really down here. That's weird. Huh. The edge feels very bitey. Very sharp, but also very bitey, you know? Not slick. Let's get a piece of paper. Yeah, it is pretty toothy edge. You can see it's not slicing super cleanly through the paper. It's kind of, well, I don't know. I can't tell if it's just not that sharp. Let me get the strop out and run it across that a few times. Let's see what we get. So this is a very lightweight knife. This one is in carbon steel, so it will patina, I believe. Um, made in France, Opinel, Savoy, Carbone. I believe that's carbon. Yeah, these have been around for quite a while. I think a lot of people use them. I don't know if a lot of people like carry them in their pockets. I feel like this is kind of I don't know. I picture this as something that you would bring on like a picnic. You would put this in your picnic basket, for cutting up your cheeses and your fruits. But what do I know? I have seen people mod these out. I've seen people add clips to them. I've seen people chop them down, turn them into like little sheep's foot blades. It's kind of cool. It's kind of an interesting platform to do some modding on because they're so inexpensive that you can kind of just experiment, and mess around with them, which I think is kind of a cool idea. Let's go over to this side a little bit. It's kind of interesting. I can't tell if it's a Scandi grind or what. There's definitely not an edge bevel for most of the blade, unless it's just tiny. Yeah, see up at the tip you can kind of see an edge bevel, but not right here. Huh, very weird. That's better. Still a little something right here. Let's keep strapping. It was definitely better. I think right up here I got it pretty freaking good already. Yeah. Let's go a little bit more. These come in a lot of sizes. You can get smaller than this. They get up to like huge. Like I think like I've seen one like almost like 10 inches long. Kind of reminds me of like a Mora knife, because they're also very inexpensive, but well loved because they are inexpensive and for the price, pretty darn good. In fact, the Mora knife that I have is also in carbon steel. Um, I usually like to get the carbon steels because those patina, and I did a nice acid wash on my Mora, and it looks great. So I figured I might do the same with this one, or kind of just let it age by itself, kind of see what happens. How funny would that be if this outperformed the TRM Atom or the Shadow, one of the top performers right now? If this one cut better than the Shadow? I mean, it's going to slice, I know that. I don't think the edge retention is going to be that great. Yeah, there's still something just right in here. Let me run it across this. I keep these worn out work sharp stones stuck on the side right here. In case I have a burr or something, I can usually just knock it off with this. But let me try to gently run it across this. I could be ruining everything right now. Okay, I might have gotten rid of it. Let's strap a little bit more. Let me know in the comments if you have an Opinel, if it has an edge bevel. I'm really curious. I didn't think that these had Scandi grinds, but could be wrong. Strapping is so relaxing to me because it requires a lot of attention. So if you're worried about something or you've got something on your mind, kind of just distracts you. I'm sure hand sharpening is the same way. Hell, even Even sharpening with the work sharp is kind of relaxing. All right, where are we at? Ooh, okay. That feels different. There's still a little something right up here, but we're getting very, very good. We're getting a lot better. But I'll continue to do that on my own. We don't need to keep doing it right now. But I can tell this is going to be very sharp. We have a very 90-degree edge on the spine. This is almost like a sharp 90-degree corner right here. So you could definitely strike a ferro rod off of that if you wanted to. Yeah, pretty, stiff action. There's no half stop or anything. It's just literally a pin going through the, going through the tang. Pull it out, twist it over, and that's it. Very simple. Clip point blade shape. I believe, yeah, you'd call that a clip point, right? Yeah. I think one of these in a sheep's foot would be awesome. I don't know if they make them in sheep's foots. I don't think they do. But it wouldn't be very hard to just kind of, take that off. Just turn it into like some kind of sheep's foot, Or even like that. Be shorter, but you could chop the handle down too because it's just wood. That's kind of a cool idea. I might buy a couple of these and do some Opinel mods. How cool would that be? So these are kind of hated by a lot of people in the knife world, or at least made fun of. I don't know if they're actually hated. Probably made fun of is more accurate. And I get it. They're very flimsy and kind of definitely not hard use knives for sure at all. Not a very strong lock. Completely wooden handle. They're not tactical at all. The blade's so thin that I can just kind of wobble it around, bend it around. It's not loose down in here, but the blade is just so thin that I can wiggle it around. But I mean, the handle is really comfy. It's a very rounded piece of wood here. That kind of tapers down this way, helps out ergonomically a bit. I will say, there's a choke up spot, I guess. You can get real nice and close to the edge right there. This would probably be a good kind of wood whittler, probably a good food prep knife. I envision someone, cutting up an apple, something like that. So, yeah, there you go. Opinel number 7. If you're thinking about getting an Opinel, I was a little bit confused on the sizes. I'll throw up some other knives so you know how big the number 7 is, which is this one. I'd call this a good medium-sized knife, for sure. There's the Pyrite and the Echo. Here is the Gemini mini beg lighter. A little bit bigger than the big mini beg lighter. Actually, yeah, quite a bit bigger. The blade length, I think, is about 3 inches. Let's see. Yep, exactly 3. Exactly 3. Handle is 3 3/16. Overall is almost exactly, well, yeah, just under 7 inches. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good size. I don't, like I said, you're not going to be hard using these things. So I can't think of a situation where you would need a longer bladed Opinel. Maybe for some kind of food prep situation, or these might be good fillet knives actually too, because they're so thin and slicey. They might be. I don't know. Anyways, there you go, folks. The infamous Opinel. I finally have one in the collection. I feel like I was missing this in the collection. I now have a more rounded collection now that I have one of these. I feel like everyone should probably have one. If you're a knife guy, you should have a Buck 110. You should have an Opinel. And you should have... What else? What's another one? I don't know. A case knife. What's another iconic knife? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think of another iconic knife that every knife guy should have. That'd be a good video. Knives that every knife guy should have. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this does on the cut testing. It could do really freaking well. It could do really freaking well. It really could. We will see. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like the video before you head out. See you soon. All right. Later.